Born on a cold winter night in 1941, Kim Jong-il entered the world carrying heavy responsibilities and expectations that few could imagine. From his earliest years, he lived under the bright spotlight of intense attention and immense hopes from his family and the regime. Growing up in a Korea undergoing reconstruction and consolidation after the war, Kim Jong-il was not only the heir to a revolutionary dynasty, but also a symbol of a new era filled with challenges and upheaval. Step by step, he honed himself, learned, and gradually affirmed his position in the hearts of the Korean people and on the international stage, a journey marked by power, mystery, and controversy.
The article below has been compiled from many sources. If there are any mistakes or if you know any interesting information, feel free to leave a comment so I can learn as well. Now, let's begin the article.
Winter Light. The early years of Kim Jong-il. On a cold winter night in 1941, beneath the snow-covered skies of the majestic Paektu Mountain, considered the spiritual heart of the Korean nation, Kim Jong-il was born into a family whose every step echoed the call of revolution. Born at a time when the country was engulfed in war and turmoil, the child carried on his shoulders the heavy responsibility of a lineage devoted entirely to the cause of liberation. From his earliest days, Kim Jong-il's life was far from ordinary. He grew up under the watchful and expectant eyes of an entire nation, enveloped in strict, politically charged education, but also facing many challenges. Under the guidance of his father, Kim Il-sung, the founding leader of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, Kim Jong-il was inspired by heroic stories of resistance against foreign invaders, deep patriotism, and tireless dedication from previous generations. His childhood was shaped by rigorous discipline, balancing study with physical and intellectual training. Kim Jong-il early showed keen observational skills, sharp awareness, and an extraordinary resilience. Yet, he also endured moments of loneliness and pressure, knowing he was not just an ordinary child, but the future heir of a nation. The 1950s and early 1960s marked a period of significant transformation as Kim Jong-il began to engage more deeply with the power structures of the party and military. He received thorough training in politics, military affairs, and leadership arts, while learning how to maintain power in a highly competitive and challenging environment. These years not only helped build his ideological foundation, but also shaped a leadership style blending firmness, decisiveness, and diplomatic finesse. As he entered adulthood, Kim Jong-il increasingly appeared on the political stage, gradually cementing his place within the leadership apparatus. He was not merely his father's successor, but also a visionary strategist laying the groundwork for a new era of Korea. With each step forward, he bore the weight of continuing the revolutionary tradition while facing the challenge of steering the country through the currents of a changing age. The first steps on the political path. As Kim Jong-il entered adulthood, the political landscape of North Korea was undergoing significant transformations. Being the eldest son of Kim Il-sung, the founding leader of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, he carried a heavy responsibility from a very young age. Yet behind this position lay a long journey of continuous learning, honing leadership skills, and seeking his own path to establish himself within the revolutionary current. In the early 1960s, Kim Jong-il began to engage deeply in the activities of the Workers' Party of Korea. He received comprehensive training not only in politics and military affairs, but also in areas such as economics, culture, and the arts, preparing him for future leadership roles. Private meetings, working trips alongside his father, and interactions with high-ranking officials provided an environment where he gradually built a deep understanding of the political machinery and the art of maintaining power. Alongside his political education, Kim Jong-il was known for his passion for culture and the arts. He worked in the media sector, developing cultural programs aimed at strengthening political ideology and national spirit. This also became one of the key tools he used to build his image and extend his influence, not only domestically, but also internationally. Throughout the 1970s, Kim Jong-il steadily asserted his position within the party, participating in shaping key policies and consolidating his personal power. He built a network of allies within security agencies and the military, while developing an authoritarian leadership style, strict yet decisive. Internal conflicts arose, but he skillfully used subtlety and strength to overcome challenges and solidify his standing. A major milestone came in the early 1980s when Kim Jong-il was officially appointed as General Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, preparing for succession after his father. This process was carefully and discreetly arranged to ensure a smooth transfer of power and maintain political stability for the country. During this period, he actively promoted military development programs, including the secret pursuit of nuclear weapons research, aiming to create a strategic balance against external pressures, especially from the United States and South Korea. Kim Jong-il understood clearly that military strength was not only a means of national defense, but also a vital symbol of power necessary to sustain his position. The 1980s and early 1990s also saw difficult economic and social challenges due to isolation and food shortages. Nevertheless, he maintained a firm stance, focusing on consolidating personal authority and exercising tight control over all aspects of North Korean society. Finally, in 1994, upon Kim Il-sung's death, Kim Jong-il officially became the supreme leader of North Korea, continuing his father's path, a road fraught with hardships but also immense power, laying the foundation for a new era filled with challenges and upheavals. Ascending to power, a period of challenges and determination. The early 1990s marked a crucial turning point in North Korean history when Kim Jong-il officially assumed supreme leadership from his father, Kim Il-sung, who passed away in 1994. However, the actual power transition had begun years earlier, as he gradually secured his position within the Politburo and the Central Military Commission, becoming the country's second most powerful figure. Kim Jong-il took leadership at a time when North Korea faced unprecedented difficulties, severe economic decline caused by the failures of the centralized economic model and the collapse of the Soviet Union, its key ally for decades. Additionally, consecutive natural disasters and international sanctions exacerbated food shortages and the population's living conditions, creating immense challenges for the new leader. Unlike his father, who bore the hallmark of a bloody armed revolution, Kim Jong-il was known for his discreet, enigmatic leadership style, yet one that was decisive and ruthless when necessary. He focused on consolidating absolute power in his own hands, strengthening control over the military, the party, and security agencies. Building a powerful propaganda system to maintain absolute loyalty from the populace was also a special priority for him. In the military realm, Kim Jong-il promoted the Byung-jin policy of simultaneous economic and military development. with the top priority being the advancement of the nuclear weapons program, a strategic card aimed at preserving North Korea's status and survival on the international stage. This determination led to increasing international isolation, but also made Kim Jong-il a figure of global attention as the leader of one of the world's most secretive and unpredictable states. Domestically, he faced many challenges, including managing a prolonged food crisis throughout the 1990s, leading to the so-called arduous March decade, with hundreds of thousands dying from starvation and secret migrations taking place. Kim Jong-il employed strict measures, consolidating the security apparatus and propaganda campaigns to maintain order and power despite the severe economic and social hardships. Over nearly 2 decades of leadership, Kim Jong-il built an intensely personalized regime of power, creating a dynastic system with comprehensive control, from politics and the military to cultural and social life. He further elevated the Juche ideology, self-reliance, to new heights, regarding it as the theoretical foundation to maintain national independence and self-determination. Alongside his stern and secretive nature, Kim Jong-il attracted attention for his particular interest in the arts, especially cinema and music, which he used effectively as propaganda tools to strengthen his personal image and instill loyalty among the people. Kim Jong-il passed away on December 17, 2011, leaving behind a complex legacy marked by deep loyalty among segments of the population, but also unprecedented economic and social challenges for the nation. The succession by his son, Kim Jong-un, opened a new chapter in North Korean history and sparked many questions about the country's future and stability. Kim Jong-il and the art of propaganda, the mastermind behind the cultural Juche ideology. Unlike many leaders who focus primarily on military or political power, Kim Jong-il devoted a significant portion of his energy to building and controlling the propaganda system, a sharp weapon that helped him maintain authority and strengthen the regime. He saw propaganda not merely as a tool for information, but as an art form, a battlefield of ideas that determined the nation's fate. Beginning in the 1970s, Kim Jong-il took direct command of media, culture, cinema, and music activities. He firmly believed that art must serve political purposes, conveying the ideology of Juche, the principle of self-reliance and self-sufficiency unique to North Korea. Under his leadership, films, music, theater, and various artistic performances were tightly controlled and carefully edited to project the image of a supreme leader who was compassionate, authoritative, and close to the people. Kim Jong-il was also well known for his book, The Art of Cinema, in which he deeply analyzed the role of film in educating revolutionary thought and spirit. He spent years studying filmmaking techniques, staging, and directing, even personally engaging in the creative process. Films produced under his direct supervision often carried strong propaganda messages, but also demonstrated sophisticated storytelling and visual artistry, helping forge a distinctive culture found only in North Korea. Additionally, Kim Jong-il focused on constructing a national media network that ensured all news and messages passed through a strict censorship gate. This approach was designed not only to block harmful external information, but also to create a safe space that solidified absolute loyalty to the regime and its leader. Kim Jong-il's vision for art and propaganda played a crucial role in sustaining the regime through difficult times, while also shaping a powerful, almost sacred image of leadership in the eyes of the North Korean people. This aspect, often less known, was nonetheless pivotal in ensuring the long-term survival of the system he painstakingly built. Kim Jong-il and military policy, building an invincible revolutionary army. Kim Jong-il's military policy was not just a part of the national strategy, but the core of the entire political and social system of North Korea under his rule. From the early days of his leadership in the 1990s, Kim clearly identified the military as the strong fortress, protecting the country from all external threats, as well as the key tool to ensure the regime's survival. Unlike many countries that prioritize the economy or politics, Kim Jong-il developed the Songun policy, meaning military first in Korean, making the army the pillar of the nation. This was reflected not only in the absolute priority given to the defense budget, but also in the special political and social status of the armed forces. Under Kim Jong-il, North Korea's military was strengthened in both quantity and quality. The armed forces, consisting of millions of soldiers, were equipped with personal weapons, heavy artillery, and a diverse missile system ranging from short to long range, developed and manufactured domestically. He also placed special emphasis on building elite special forces units, ready to respond to any situation. One of Kim Jong-il's most significant and shocking moves was the vigorous promotion of the secret nuclear program. Beginning in the late 1980s and continuing through the 1990s and 2000s, North Korea, under his leadership, developed the capability to produce atomic bombs and long-range ballistic missiles. This became a strategic deterrent against pressure from the United States and its allies, and simultaneously enhanced North Korea's international standing. Although the first nuclear test was conducted in 2006, after Kim Jong-il's death, it was a direct result of the policies and projects he initiated. This policy not only gave North Korea a strong self-defense capability, but also complicated the regional political landscape, forcing neighboring countries to remain cautious. Under Kim Jong-il, the military was more than just a fighting force. It became a symbol of national strength and loyalty to the regime. The armed forces were deeply involved in all aspects of social life, from the economy to education and culture. Generals and soldiers were regarded as revolutionary defenders, holding a special status in North Korean society. Furthermore, Kim Jong-il built a military training and ideological education system designed to maintain absolute loyalty to the leader and the Juche ideology. Every soldier was not only a warrior, but also a propagator of revolutionary ideals, contributing to the consolidation of the regime's political foundation. The legacy and mysterious life of Kim Jong-il. Under Kim Jong-il's leadership, North Korea entered an era filled with unprecedented challenges. Despite the country's isolation and a severe humanitarian crisis, Kim Jong-il maintained a strong and rigid government apparatus, concentrating all power into his own hands and those of the Kim family. He built a tightly controlled security system and managed information and media to preserve stability and elevate the cult of personality to its highest level. Amid the mysteries surrounding his private life, Kim Jong-il was also renowned for his deep understanding of the arts, particularly cinema and music, using them as powerful tools for propaganda. He is believed to have developed a unique leadership style that was both decisive and cautious, always vigilant against external changes. Though many viewed him as a dictator, Kim Jong-il remained the central figure who kept the regime intact through turbulent times. His decisions shaped the destiny of North Korea and laid the foundation for the succession of his son, Kim Jong-un. When his life ended in 2011, Kim Jong-il left behind a controversial legacy, yet he also became a symbol of a distinct era in North Korean history, where power, mystery, and political strength intertwined, creating an unforgettable image in the minds of both his people and the world.
Thank you all for following and listening. If you enjoyed and found it interesting, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for our upcoming videos.